bet this. I don't know.
I completely glossed over that fact for a while. Why are there bottles of piss? What was this investigation?
I don't have the whole story here.
No.
I do my research.
Okay.
I assume he was crazy. I mean, Howard Hughes peed in bottles at the end of his word life. We all saw The Aviator. I did, anyways. And I'm just assuming this guy was probably crazy.
Probably.
Have you ever urinated in a bottle?
Yeah, but not outside of a car.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever peed in a bottle outside of a car. I've never had any need to. Have you?
I'm trying to think.
You peed in a bottle inside of a car.
I have peed into bottles. I know for a fact I have, but I don't think I've ever just done it for like, hey, let's pee in bottles. Keep them inside the house. I also want to know how many bottles there were. And I guess it smelled bad, what the article said, which is awesome.
They must not have been, were they not sealed? I don't know. I don't want to know. You don't know. I know.
They probably weren't sealed.
Probably not.
If you're going to store... If you're to the point where you're storing bottles of urine in your house, do you really care if there's a bottle on top? Would you?
If I would.
You would.
That guy would. And if I was that guy, I don't think I would.
But however, you did say that you would urinate on your grandmother. We have it on. It's recorded.
If I was that guy, and oh, damn it, you're going to edit this all out, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
I'm going to have my denial.
But at some point, there had to have been one guy left.
One guy left.
One or two guys. There had to have been one car left where they're like, let's pack it up, guys. Let's go. We got to go.
Yeah.
They had to have been pulling away and see in the rearview mirror that there was just bottles of piss everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's interesting. That's a fun one.
To say the least. A 7-year-old British boy nicknamed, quote, Bat Boy, has learned how to see with his ears and is now able to play basketball and even go rock climbing. He's basically Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
Nice.
Of Marvel Comics.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
I know. Lucas Murray is able to visualize his surroundings by using a form of sonar that reflects back the world around him. He clicks his tongue on the roof of his mouth and is able to know where objects are based on how the sound bounces back. Murray is also able to estimate the size of an object by the intensity of his echo, with a smaller object reflecting less than the sound wave. Less of the sound wave? I don't know. I don't know how he does that.
Is he blind?
He's blind.
Okay.
I believe so.
I had read an article a couple months ago about this being possible. Mm-hmm. But play basketball?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that possible.
I don't even know if I believe it almost.
Yeah.
Like I could sit in here and go, hey! And I can like hear an echo when I go, oh, the room's maybe this big. Yeah. It's maybe got some wooden floors. But basketball?
I don't know.
I can't even play basketball with eyes.
Yeah.
I don't do sports.
No.
You did.
Not any coordination sports.
That's true. You did do running. You were a runner.
It. I am terrible at basketball. I started playing basketball like 2 years ago, and I'd throw it like this. I mean, that was it. I was just like, I didn't even know I was doing it wrong. I was just like, oh, there we go, done.
You and I played soccer back in the day. Like
yeah. But I was only good at it because I could run.
And we had nano pets, too.
I know. We talked about this last time.
We did, I know.
Okay.
I just
wanted to make sure we weren't going down that conversation.
I'm just reminiscing about days past.
Yeah.
What grade were we when we were on that? Because you asked me, and I don't really know. It must have been 3rd or 4th grade.
That sounds about right.
Because it was a couple of years later when we were in 7th grade because we went to different elementary schools within the same school district.
Yeah, just up the hill.
Yeah, then we all got crammed together in middle school, and that's when I remember being like, hey, you were in my fucking you were my soccer team. Hey, oh. Why did I talk like that? That's how I talked in the 7th grade. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and it was cool then. Mm-hmm. You know how fads go.
7th grade, man. Tumwater Middle School. Those were the days. Tumwater Middle School. If you're listening and you go to Tumwater Middle School,
shout out.
I'm sorry. 866.
Shout out for how much that sucks.
Vale grandmother next story. Vale grandmother Sally Rebin fought off a bear that broke into her bedroom with a decorative pillow.
Good for her.
Yeah. I like how the bitch who has a black bear as a pet, didn't know how to deal with her, but this fucking grandma fought a bear off with a decorative pillow.
Yeah.
Quote, I heard the door open to my room and I thought, well, it's got to be Yoo-Hoo, the family dog.
Good name.
That alone is enough for me. I'm satisfied. Do we need to keep? I don't even know if I need to read it.
Story. Grandmother named dog Yoo-hoo. Carry on. We don't even need more. That's the whole story right there.
It's got to be Yoo-hoo, the family dog. And I turn around, and there was a big bear. I was screaming, and she went up on her hind feet. Terrifying. And I was in between my bed and the wall. I grabbed one of these pillows, and I just slung it at her. And she turned around, and she left. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
There's a video that went along with this on the news website that I saw. It was fucking rad. And apparently, her, 35-year-old stoner son, total stoner. He's 35. He's wearing, a Billabong T-shirt. He's got,
he's in Colorado.
Oh, he's in Colorado. And
yeah,
he's living upstairs. And he was sleeping, watching a fucking a baseball game or something like that. He was sleeping when
watching the Rockies game or something.
And I believe he told his mother there's no bear in the house, is what he said. And then,
why would there be?
That is awesome.
The only redeeming quality we found about Pullman and WSU is apparently they just have grizzly bears.
Really?
They have a couple grizzly bears. Apparently Yellowstone, I want to say, sends them grizzly bears that are when the grizzly bears get kicked out of Yellowstone for stealing too many picnic baskets or something.
Bears get kicked out of Yellowstone?
Yeah, apparently some national park, and they send some of them to Pullman. And the veterinary, because my friend, he's in the veterinary program or pre-veterinary program or something. So,
Jake?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was like, yeah, you guys want to go look at the grizzly bears? I was like, no, but that's awesome.
No, I don't. You could keep them as pets, and they will maul you to death. People should not. I don't like exotic pets.
No.
Exotic birds?
Give me a dog. That'll be awesome.
Exotic birds, that's fine. But once you get into monkeys...
Yeah.
Or ostriches. I guess that is a bird.
That's an exotic bird, yeah.
But at some point, you have to draw the line and go, okay, maybe we shouldn't have this as a pet.
It's really a smart idea. Yeah. And usually it's not.
Even Siegfried and Roy, who, snuggle with their tigers and stuff. One of them got mauled.
I know.
Have you seen him since that? I don't think I've ever...
I haven't, no.
I don't think I've ever seen him since. I want to see how badly... He got... He probably got fucked up.
He must have got...
Did that happen?
Yeah, because it's not like they have after being Siegfried and Roy for that long, it's not like you'd have these teams of people to help you with your animals.
Yeah, especially since they were the team that worked with.
I
the
know
animals.
exactly.
That was their shit.
They probably didn't have backup handlers there. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just speculating now.
Well, Yoo-hoo is a good name for a dog.
It's a great name.
One sentence story here: a man who drank a bottle of vodka, which is just.
We'll assume it's a fifth.
Crazy. Excuse me. That is disgusting. The thing
You put me to shame here with these burps.
The thing about burping on the podcast is that you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I could edit it out, but I can't really because now we're doing video.
I know. I was gonna say. Well, I was just thinking I'm pretty sure that a couple times I remembered listening. I remember Andy making fun. He'd hide the burps or something, and then you just make fun of him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The one thing I always wanted to do with Andy, more than anything, I never got to do this, and I thought it would have been fucking hysterical, was if I did an episode where I gave Andy I wanted to just liquor him up, just give him a bunch of beer, and then I wanted to bleep out every burp he did. And I'd be like, oh, I bleeped out Andy's burp in this. I bleeped out Andy's burps in this episode. I thought that would have been fucking hilarious
That would have been
because
pretty good.
There would have been more bleeps than anything. By the way, I don't think we mentioned, but we are doing a video episode again.
Yeah.
So make sure you head over to dampercast.com to check that out. If you didn't watch last week's episode on dampercast.com, I have it set up where you can just go to the site and click play, and it plays through all of the videos. It's like a playlist.
Oh, that's neat.
So you don't need to go anywhere else. It'll go from one to the other. You don't need to go to the site. It's super nice. And the video is interesting because my buddy Aaron pointed this out. My buddy Aaron from who I do the Nitpick.
This is another person that's okay. Yeah.
He said that the best part of the video was that you could see me get visibly intoxicated throughout the episode by how red my face got.
You can.
I'm a pretty rosy-cheeked guy, but
you know what I was real impressed with?
What?
The YouTube commenter who said, "Is this?" And it must have been someone that knew us. I think this guy has the greatest memory ever. But
oh yeah,
is this guy at all related to Ryan Zelenak, who did a Nitpicket episode?
Yeah.
And I asked my brother, because I went home and I was talking to my brother. I was like, oh, I just did Dampercast with Leo. And he was like, oh, that's sweet. I did a Nitpicket with him once. And I go, oh, when was that? And he goes, it was like one of the first